Hey y'all, Josh here today, aka the world's greatest dad. And what we got here is the Neakasa M1 automatic litter box. And today we're going to break this thing down, tell you everything you need to know about it, see if it might be the right litter box for you as well. So with that being said, let's get it! So let's go ahead and start from the beginning. When you pick this thing up, it's going to come to you in a big old box just like this.
So let's open this thing up and see what we're working with.
Hey, you got to get off this thing. So here's everything we're going to get in this package. Of course, we got our Neakasa litter box right there. 4 legs, quick start guide, 2 rolls of bags, power adapter, litter mat, sticker, and our instruction book. They do give you this big old quick start card right here that's about the size of the box. Basically, it walks you through step 1 through 5 of getting this litter box all set up. Also talks about setting up the Wi-Fi connection, calibrating, and anything else you need to know.
So let's get started by putting these legs on.
So for step 2 of the process, we need to insert our waste bag into our waste container. And basically to access that, we're simply going to pull this out. Now this thing's kind of cool because it's expandable. So basically you just push that down right there, and it's got this kind of nice rubber coating right around the outside. So it's going to be super easy to clean when we need to do that as well. So one kind of cool thing about this bag and setup right here is the fact that this loops through. So when you want to empty this thing, you basically can shut this by just simply pulling this, and it's going to collapse the bag, lock in all of your dirty litter, and that's really going to reduce the smell when you clean this thing up.
So we're ready to get some litter in this?
We should probably not do that on the kitchen counter and get this thing where it's actually going to go. You want to do the honors of plugging this bad boy in?
Yeah.
So we got her all powered on, and as you can see, it's telling us we need to get some litter in there.
So you want to make sure that you use clumping cat litter in your litter box instead of non-clumping. So when you're filling it up, it gives you these fill levels to tell you exactly how much to add.
So I think we're about good on litter. Let's go ahead and level it out by simply hitting the level button right here. Now to download the app, you need to go back to your quick start guide, and you can either search for this in the App Store, both Apple and Google Play, or simply use your phone and scan it right here. So we've downloaded our app, and to get this thing all connected, you see the instructions right there. My lovely assistant is simply going to hold the Wi-Fi button down for 3 seconds till she hears a beep. And once that is flashing, we'll indicate there and go to the next step. Now we're simply going to connect to our internet and hit the next step. Now we'll let the machine do its thing. Now at this point, we are connected to the internet. We've got the app downloaded, which means we can use this to not only control our litter box, to input a bunch of other information as well, including our cat's names, pictures, and more if we want to keep track of that kind of stuff. Now it is cool this thing comes with an app that you can manage and run this thing with, but if you don't want to do that, you can manage all the functions of this litter box just simply using these 5 buttons here on the front. Now the Neakasa M1 is set to automatically clean the litter within 5 minutes after your cat uses the litter box. But if you want to manually clean it yourself, you simply hit this clean button right here. Let's go ahead and do it and show you how this thing cleans. As you'll see, the unit slowly siphons out all of the clean litter, collecting any of the poo or pee chunks that are on top. And then the waste is simply going to slide down here into our reservoir. As the unit comes back up, it will close off the reservoir, and all of our clean litter siphons back through the grate, giving you a fresh, clean litter box for Kitty's next use. Now, another kind of cool thing Neakasa hooks you up with in this package is this cool litter mat right here. What I really like about this is the fact you can just pick it up, the litter kind of collects in there, go dump it in your trash can, and you're good to go. Now, this thing does have places for adhesive right here. You simply remove that. If you wanted to attach it to the floor it's being used on, us personally, I'm just going to set it right under those legs right there so it doesn't move around, and that way it's easy to move around and clean when we need to. Now, one of our cats just used the litter box and it just kicked into the self-cleaning mode all on itself. Now, one of the questions you might ask is, how does this thing know when it's actually been used? And that's because it has 5 infrared sensors as well as 4 weight sensors on it, so it can tell after a cat has been in and out of it. Now, another cool feature of this is the safety feature, whereas if it's in the cleaning mode right now, but your cat jumps into it or starts banging around it, it automatically pauses the cleaning so your cat doesn't get in there while it's moving up and down. Now, Neakasa says you can get up to 14 days of waste storage for a single cat using this litter box. Obviously, we've got a couple cats using it, so I'll be changing it out on a weekly basis. Now, eventually, you're going to want to dump all this litter and add new litter. And to do that, all we're simply going to do is hit the empty button over here, and that's going to dump all of the litter, contents and everything, down into our waste storage basket for easy disposal. Then we're able to take this thing apart, clean it out, put it back together, pop in some new litter, and we're good to go. Now, to remove our top bin for cleaning, we're simply going to press up and pull out on both sides. And now this top just simply comes off. Now, we can either go spray this out with a hose or just wipe it down right here. And when we're all done, we simply put our box back on here and our sides clip right in. Now, as far as our waste basket right here, we really should never have to clean this thing simply because the bag is going to be all around it. But if something does happen and it makes a mess, with this nice rubber surface, you can do the same thing. Hose it out or wipe it out.
One week later.
So it's been a week since we started using our Neakasa M1 automatic litter box, and here's what we can tell you so far. Number 1, our waste bag is about halfway filled up and we're not experiencing any odor. Since we keep our litter box in our laundry/pantry area, the number 1 complaint from my wife when it comes to litter boxes is they always smell bad. With this thing, not so much. Now, number 2, this litter mat is great, but these little guys still manage to make a huge mess tracking litter all over the place. But that's really no different from any of our other litter boxes as well. Number 3, the 2 cats have adjusted just fine to using this thing and don't seem to have any problems with it. Number 4, this unit has worked perfectly so far and we haven't had any issues. I set it to run 5 minutes after they use the bathroom, and just like clockwork, it kicks in and cleans everything out. And number 5, it's so nice to walk by this thing and not see cat poop or pee waiting for you to clean it up. It's amazing how much waste that 2 cats can produce. With a regular litter box, it just seemed like every time you walk by, there's some little surprise sitting there waiting for you. All in all, this thing's pretty dang cool. So there you go. That's pretty much everything you need to know about the Neakasa M1 automatic litter box. Now, at the end of the day, this thing is super sweet and works awesome for keeping odors down and keeping your litter box super clean. Now, what do you think about this thing, Sis?
Isn't it obvious? I don't have to clean it. It's awesome.
Yes, yes, and it means that it's going to get cleaned a lot faster as well. It's for those reasons and more, I'm easily going to give this thing a world's greatest dad.
And better.
2 thumbs up, and we say, go out and get you one. Hey, one more thing before you go. I want to let you know that the Neakasa company behind this awesome litter box is a big fan of the World's Greatest Dad's in-depth and informational videos. Therefore, a few weeks ago, they reached out to me and asked me if they could send me this for video review purposes. Now, with that being said, all the thoughts and opinions expressed in this video were my own, and I always do my best to accurately describe any product I review. Now, I hope this video helped you out, and we'll see you next time.